What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jordan here. I want to give a quick shout out to the creator of Destination Devi, Ray Garvin. He just passed 10,000 followers on Twitter. He also announced on Twitter, if you guys don't follow him, that he has a partnership with Fade the Noise, a new fantasy website coming to you guys very soon. The reason for this partnership is they're going to be sponsoring the All Gas Show. So if you guys have noticed, the All Gas Show hasn't been coming out as often, and the reason for that is it's being redesigned, redone, but the same gas is going to be brought to you weekly, powered by Fade the Noise and all of their great tools that they're putting together. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Ray, show him some love in the comments below. Now let's get to the video. Buy or sell New York Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will get right down to business and go over just who Darius Slayton is and whether or not we should be excited for him after his rookie season. Slayton played his college career at Auburn under coach Gus Malzahn, who is known for being a defensive-first head coach and uses his playmakers sparingly on the outside. And so there's little availability for us as scouts for fantasy to see these teams use those players in these run-heavy offenses. Slayton had a solid college career with 79 receptions, 1,600 yards, and 11 touchdowns across 3 seasons and declared for the NFL in 2019. I'm going to pat myself on the back here and say I was a big fan of Slayton before the NFL draft, and y'all can check the receipts on my Twitter if you don't believe me. When looking at his athletic profile, he completely jumps off the page, and with his above average speed running at 4.39 40-yard dash and his 95th percentile catch radius, this really explains why at 6'1", 190 pounds, he was able to see so much success on the outside on his way to almost 20 yards per reception. Clearly, his profile shows he has the potential to be a great weapon on the outside if he can develop further in the NFL. Slayton was drafted in the 5th round by the New York Giants, which we all know is not ideal, as we like to see offensive skill position players get drafted in the first 2 rounds, as they have drastically higher hit rates for fantasy purposes. Now, with that being said, the Giants had a clear hole to fill with the departure of Odell Beckham Jr., and while I didn't think Slayton would fill that role so quickly, it appears that heading into his sophomore season, he will have every opportunity to be the full-time X-wide receiver for the Giants. After starting the season injured, Slayton really impressed on his way to 48 receptions, 740 yards, and 8 touchdowns on 84 targets, and those 8 touchdowns had him tied for 9th in the NFL. It really comes down to is, do we believe that Slayton is going to get more targets than he received last season after all the injuries? Let's dive deeper into Slayton's rookie season and determine if we can come to a more concrete decision as to whether or not he's a buy or a sell. Now, Slayton this year really provided the Giants with something that they desperately needed, and that's playmakers on the outside. They have the tremendous all-world running back Saquon Barkley running out of the backfield. They have a lot of guys who can play in the middle of the field, but what they were really missing is that outside presence after the departure of Odell Beckham Jr. They drafted Slayton in the 5th round of the 2019 NFL Draft, and he quickly rose to become that go-to guy for Daniel Jones this season. Now, obviously, one thing to point out is that they were rookies together. They went through rookie camp, they went through mini camp, and obviously developed a chemistry throughout the year and in the offseason that's only going to continue to grow as they grow together into their second years in the NFL. I'm expecting to see some big improvements chemistry-wise from both of them as Slayton continues to develop as that X-receiver for the New York Giants. Now, the first point that I want to touch on where Slayton really excels is his ability to get vertical, get down the field, and make chunk plays. Obviously, as I mentioned before, averaging 19.1 yards per reception in college. He's very good at getting vertical. He really uses that 4.4 speed, and you're going to see it here from the bottom of the screen against the Buccaneers. A nice outside release here by Slayton, and then got up the field quickly using that speed. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the play. It was very tight against the sideline, but you can see just how quickly he can get up the field. And this is something that's truly just easy for Slayton. I never want to discount something that's too easy for a player, and he gets down the field with ease, and that's going to pay off in the NFL. And what you guys need to remember is this is Slayton's first game in the NFL, so he's really taking it easy. He's kind of just trying to not do too much and just run his routes. And this is a simple fade route that turns into a post, and he really fools defenders, getting over top of the safety who's looking at Evan Ingram and loses Slayton in behind him. And again, this is his first game in the NFL, so he's really trying to keep it simple, just runs a simple post route and gets completely behind the defense and makes a chunk play on the then awful Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary. Now on this play here against the Vikings, you're going to see a little bit more creativity from Slayton as he breaks inside from the top of the screen and then goes over top of this cornerback to get deep and then stay away from the safety who's a bit too far away to catch up to Slayton on the back end. Now let's slow this play down a little bit, and you're going to see the move that he puts on Xavier Rhodes. Now Rhodes is a little bit older now, but this inside release, and then as he goes over the top, Rhodes overcommits a little bit, and Slayton is just too fast for him to be able to catch up behind him. This is just a tremendous play from Slayton that as he grows as a wide receiver, he'll be making more and more often, because most DBs just can't cover a guy who's this creative as he runs his routes and is this fast on top of all of that. Now, if you guys have been watching this series, you know that one of my favorite routes to watch is the out route. I feel like it's a true testament to a player's skill. And Darius Slayton from the bottom of the screen here runs a really, really nice route. Even though his footwork at the top isn't the best, he's able to get open, and Daniel Jones finds him on the sideline. Now, of course, this is just one play, but this is a play that Daniel Jones and Darius Slayton have been working on throughout the entire season, and you see it develop more and more as time went on. Slayton became really good at these back shoulder out routes, and most of the time was getting this ball right on the perfect spot, and the chemistry really showing on this route. Again, later in the season against the Jets, you're going to see him run the exact same route, just instead this time it's going to be zone coverage instead of man coverage. He's going to go about 15 yards down the field from the bottom of the screen, break it off nice and quick, and catch the ball on the sidelines with his hands. That's what I love to see from these wide receivers. Now, I'm not trying to draw a crazy comparison, but if they can really get this chemistry down, it's going to be like Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Just run that out route, back shoulder, catch you on the sideline. It's impossible to guard. Now, again, I just wanted to slow this play down because I was just so happy to see his footwork where he really broke down and turned quickly his head around, and Daniel Jones got him the ball quickly and effectively. Easy pitch and catch. Now, I don't want to go over this play too extensively, but the problem here with Slayton is that he runs an excellent route. You can really see the nuances as I slow it down here. Breaks it in, breaks it out. The cornerback is completely fooled, but what happens? He just drops the ball. If you're going to be the X receiver for the New York Giants, you can't be dropping that ball. And this is just something he's going to have to clean up, and it was something that I noticed when I was scouting him in his time at Auburn. These concentration drops do happen. They are fixable, but definitely something he's going to have to improve on in the NFL. Now, this is easily my favorite part about Darius Slayton's game, running out of the slot here. You're going to see him run a fade route, and he just absolutely bodies this defender, uses that 95th percentile catch radius to just go up and get that ball. You're going to see when I slow it down here, this is just a literal jump ball out of the slot. Daniel Jones is saying, my guy is better than your guy, and he's going to go up and get that ball for me. That's exactly what Darius Slayton does. He goes up, snatches that ball down for a touchdown for his quarterback, and makes a play. Oh, did y'all think that was it? Did you think that's all Darius Slayton was going to do in this game? No. You know why? Because he went up and did it again. Top of the screen, gets over top of the defender, and completely elevates over that cornerback who's not looking for the ball. He goes up, he gets that ball, he scores that touchdown. An absolutely amazing play here from Slayton. And when you see this slow down, you can really see like he had to fight. He had to get his hands up. He had to elevate. He had to get over the defender, and he had to have the concentration to make this play. Start to finish, great play by Slayton. And this is showing more of that contested catch ability. Slayton's running up from the top of the screen here, a bit tighter in the formation. He's going to come and run a crossing pattern where he realizes there's not a space for him outside, so he comes back inside for his quarterback and catches the ball between 4 Jets defenders. Now, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to this play, but really it's the awareness by Slayton to realize that there's nothing for him outside. He knows where his teammates are, he knows where the defenders are, and he knows there's that vacated zone in the middle of the field to come back to for his quarterback to catch a touchdown between all those defenders. Now, again, we've really seen what Slayton can do on the field, but what we haven't really highlighted is just how strong his hands are. You see he breaks out here and catches the ball away from his body, a really strong catch by Slayton. Now, bottom of the screen again, you see he's going to run kind of an outward breaking curl route, and he really has to use that full catch radius and extension to make this play that's thrown outside and away from the defender. Now here what you're going to see is him go over the middle and really catch a ball high and not be afraid to go over top of the middle and catch this ball. He's going to break at that in route stop and really go up and get that ball and then break a tackle afterwards. Just really wanted to highlight just how strong that Slayton's hands really are. Now we've already covered a lot of things. His ability to get vertical, his ability to run great routes, his ability to make contested catches, and then his ability to use his strong hands to make plays. Now on this play, bottom of the screen, you're going to see that all come together where he absolutely embarrasses this Eagles defender and catches this slant and takes it to the house. And that's what you want to see from alpha receivers, is not only a player who can make a play on his own, but really can be creative, can really break down defenders, can really explode, use that speed, use that athletic ability, and see it all on one play is just amazing. It's truly remarkable what Slayton was able to do in his rookie year, and I can't wait to see what comes of him in his second season. Now, of course, there are areas of improvement I can see for Darius Slayton, one of them being he's not really using the screen game all that much, despite being very good at breaking tackles in his rookie season. The other big thing I want to point out with Slayton is that his hands can be a little bit inconsistent. As I pointed out earlier, he has those concentration drops, and I would like to see him do a little bit more when he's making plays. I want to see him use those hands, use that big frame and big body to make more and more spectacular plays that only he can make on the outside. Now, of course, what he has going for him is he is probably going to walk into this season as the X receiver for the New York Giants, but competition is going to be a little bit tighter now that he has to deal with a healthy Golden Tate, a healthy Sterling Shepard, a healthy Evan Ingram, in quotes, I mean, at least in theory, and most importantly, a healthy Saquon Barkley. We know Saquon Barkley can easily be the best running back in football when healthy, and this year, for all we know, he could be Christian McCaffrey of last season with an improved offensive line, fully healthy, recovered from that high ankle sprain. Who knows what Barkley's going to do this year? He could completely blow up, and we don't know what the New York Giants are going to be. But what I do know is Darius Slayton's going to be out there at the X. He's going to be doing his thing. He's going to be making plays. He's going to use that catch radius, that speed to get chunk plays for his offense. And I don't think that's going to change all that much. The only question is going to be how much volume is he really going to receive? Now, when you look at his ADP, that's where it comes down to what do you believe? Do you believe that he can take a step forward? I mean, you have rookies ahead of him. T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, Henry Ruggs. Michael Gallup is probably going to fall behind him when it comes to ADP come for July. But the other guys, it's going to be difficult for him to really pass some of these guys, especially this season. I think that what we may see for Slayton is that kind of a stalemate here as far as value goes. He may pass some of these rookies unless they really show out as well. But a lot of the guys he's already ahead of, the Mecole Hardmans, the Mike Williams, the Laviska Shenault, the Brandon Ayuk, who will shoot up draft boards probably come July ADP. And Will Fuller as well. You never know. Will Fuller may shoot up ADP as well if he has a really good season in Houston. It's difficult. It's hard to answer because of all the weapons they have inside. Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, Golden Tate, Saquon Barkley as well on the inside. I think what we're looking at for Slayton right now is if you're buying Slayton, you're buying him under the assumption that you're treating him kind of like Deontay Johnson, where he's probably going to take a step up and maybe be that 100 target guy on the outside for the New York Giants. The issue is that if he doesn't get that, he may see a reduction in value, or at least as kind of a neutral value coming into the next season. But I think in 2021, that's where he may see a massive leap. And it's going to be really difficult for him heading into this season. But the good thing for him is that he's already established outside. And so there really isn't a reason for him to not get targets as that main outside threat. He's really what you hope Deontay Johnson can do this year with the volume. Deontay Johnson is going to be the primary guy outside more than likely, or at least people are expecting it to be, where Slayton's already there. He already has a good rapport with his quarterback. They're heading into their second season together. The issue is how many targets is he going to command compared to all those guys inside. Golden Tate is a target machine. If he's healthy for the whole year, he may see 120 targets from Daniel Jones as that safety net. Evan Ingram, same deal. Target machine, gets a lot of looks because of his versatility at the tight end position. And so it's really just comes down to can Darius Slayton command that attention, not just in the end zone, but also on a regular basis working outside. Now that I've kind of talked you through all the various scenarios, all the things that maybe could happen for Darius Slayton, what I want to talk about now is he a buy? Is Darius Slayton a buy heading into this 2020 season? And to me, honestly, yes. Darius Slayton is a buy. He is a red zone threat. He has a rapport with Daniel Jones, who honestly was a completely underrated quarterback, both for fantasy and real life. He had an excellent season. His issue was really just turning the ball over. He also had a bad offensive line, so he was forced out of the pocket a lot, and you can see it when you watch his tape. And the Giants have already addressed that in the draft when they drafted left tackle Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. The offensive line is going to be improved. The team's going to be improved. Jones is going to take a step up. Saquon Barkley is going to be more involved and demand more attention out of the backfield. And you know what that means? That means Slayton's going to be running free. He's going to be single covered because they're going to have to load 8-9 guys in the box to stop Saquon Barkley. That's just going to make Slayton's job a lot easier on the outside. He's already a talented player. He has an amazing catch radius. His contested catches are superb, and he's an excellent talent. I am buying Darius Slayton all day at his current price, and I'm expecting him to break out either this season or next. You will want him on your roster before that happens. Trust me, before he becomes a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 for fantasy purposes year in and year out on the New York Giants. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the Destination Devi YouTube channel, we are rapidly growing and we have a lot of things in store for you guys. So please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. It really helps us out. Also, we have our Patreon, which launched earlier this month, and it is already growing at a rapid rate. We want to have as many people in there as we can. We'll give you guys lots of exclusive access, exclusive information that's going to help you Devi and Dynasty better. Patreon.com/allgas. Become a patron. Join the All Gas Army. Join the squad. Be part of this movement that we're putting together right now. We can't be more excited. We're so happy to be on this journey with you guys and share all this stuff with you. It's been amazing, but we're going to keep pushing, going to keep grinding, going to keep delivering you top quality fantasy football content. That's it, man. I'm out. Peace.
Team Mac Production.